did you learn as a coach about last weekend?
Mental preparation is pretty key, and I think what we learnt last week is that you can train the house down during the week, but if you mentally don't turn up to play, you get exposed, and that's what we learnt. And Treviso deserved the win. They were the better team, and we were on the back end of it. And to be honest, it was not only disappointing. It's actually probably the understatement. It's actually gutting, and it's because it's what this group has been able to achieve this season, and winning games, tough games away, and that for us to drop our guard like that is very un-Osprey-like, and something that we, I guess, we don't expect that sort of. So what is good is that boys have taken their medicine this morning. So there's been some pretty hard discussions going on and reviews, and they've taken it on the chin, and we've moved forward.
Why were you not on the money mentally?
Yeah, great question, and I think that can really only be answered by the individuals, and it's not a question. I mean, as from a coaching point of view, we've looked at it, we've reflected inwards about our working week, our preparation. We feel comfortable that we have been as thorough as we possibly can, and it's that time when the players cross the chalk that they've actually got to step up mentally, and just unfortunately we had a few that didn't really do that, and it affected the team performance.
And what would it mean, to reach a semi-final and maybe go beyond and get to the final?
Well, I think what it is, what is good is that we've got some big games coming up, and we've still got a lot of good rugby in us, and we've played a lot of good rugby, and the key thing for us is that we've taken a bit of a kicking, and that's hurt us, but we've got to make sure we learn from that, and we just got to see what happens next, and that's a big statement in the Ospreys. It's not about what's happened, it's about what happens next, and the boys have got the challenge ahead this weekend.
How do you even begin to think of replacing Ali Wynne?
Pretty easy, Mark. We have to. So, the boys we prepare, the boys all the way through the season and off season. We've exposed them last year, and the guys that fill that gap have got to step up, and everyone around them's got to play their part, and that's how it goes. I mean, it's hard to replace a guy like Al, isn't it? But we've got to do it.
And with Stade Francais, where are their dangers? How do you assess them?
They are a very big pack, and they have got very good individuals. And I think if you look at right across the board, they like to play, they like to run the ball, and they run at you. And you just got to have a look at the tries that they've scored on the weekend against Toulon. Mate, they're a massive threat, and we're going to have to be on the money. But it's a hell of a challenge for this group, and one that we're definitely looking forward to. So, again, it's an old cliche, but we've got to make sure we've got parity up front, and we can't have what happened on Saturday out in Treviso, and we'll be on the back end of it.
And how much will you be boosted, by the reinforcements like Justin Tipperick, Dan Bigger, Reece Webb? Class
players coming back into, before Saturday, a well-oiled working machine, and I think that's going to add, massive impact for us. But again, they've got to play their part, they've got to do their roles, and try not to carry the team, and everyone else has got to make sure that they're nailing their roles, and that's, I guess, all we can ask. But no, the group, it's exciting to have those boys back in. And again, it's a good challenge for us coming forward this week from what's happened.
Great chance for Reece really to send out a statement ahead of Lions selection. He's up against Kenya. Good performance could sort of swing things. Who knows?
Yep, and I guess that is part of it, but it's very much a small part for us. And I think for Webby, he's just focused on trying to get back and trying to get to get the jersey and to play back with the club. And I think that's his first priority. And if he does play well, then he's shown during the Six Nations that he's a quality player, world class. And again, if he can play well for us, then that's what we want. But we need it week in, week out, and consistently, and for the team effort.
And if Dan Baker plays, going up against Parisi, great yardstick for him.
Isn't it? And I think if you looked right through their pack, our boys are everyone 1 to 8 are going to be challenged because they are a good side and they're big and experienced, and again it's going to test the mettle.
How's the injury list?
We got a couple of dings on the weekend that hopefully are pretty superficial. A bit of bruising here and there. Guys out not training at the beginning of the week, but it's nothing. Touch wood. It's nothing too major at this stage.
Slani, Nicky Smith, potentially.
Yeah.
Mark 2. That's
hell of a
that one mentally as well as physically.
Yeah, I think. It's very different situations. Obviously, the cauldron of a test match and that timing of that. But look, that's a good challenge. And Nicky is, he's a keen young man, and he's keen to get out there and have a crack. So he's going to have his hands full. But as long as the system and our pack and our processes work, he'll be able to put his strengths across.
He survived a lot of scrums. He had a number 8 behind him. So how different is this going to be for him?
Yeah, again, it's he's got a lot of. I think for the pack in general, we have to be on the money, and if one of us isn't, then potentially there's the potential there, isn't there? So we just got to make sure that we cover off the detail, and we can't go individual up front against these guys. We've got to make sure we're as a pack, or else you come off second best.
Principality Stadium, is that something that you could use in your advantage?
Yeah, look, I think it's pretty special. Obviously, we'd love to have been playing at the Liberty. That's just how it is, and to be playing up there in this kind of key game for the club, first big quarter-final or finals rugby for a long time. It's pretty exciting. So boys are definitely up for the challenge.
Not many left from the time when the Ospreys used to be in the finals an awful lot, but something went wrong in those games as a general rule of thumb. How different is this going to be on the back of the record that you've had coming into this competition?
Oh, look, I think those are different times, aren't they, mate? And this is a different group, different dynamic, and again, it is finals footy, and you've got to make sure that we're thorough and we prepare as well as we can and those sorts of things, and you just got to play the 80 minutes on the day. And I know there's some cliches there, but that's actually what it's about, really. So just making sure you take your opportunities, you're accurate, and you're in the fight. If we're not in that fight come 20 minutes to go, then she's going to be a tough road, isn't it?
A while ago when they were going through all this merger talk, you sort of think how fantastic they're going to be in bits by the time we play them, and how do you see it now?
No, because I guess what we started looking at it and just preparing for their best team, and that's what we've done the whole way through. So whatever they bring is we can't control that. Knowing French rugby the way it is, I guess you just don't know. One week it's this, and the next day it's this. So So we just prepared for what we think is probably going to be. They're going to bring a strong team over. I think they'll want to make a statement. So. Yeah, whatever they bring is going to be a challenge, so it's great. We're excited.
Are those guys who didn't step up mentally on the weekend, we're getting a second opportunity, or are they having a weekend off to start those specific individuals?
No, again, we haven't quite got the selection yet, to be honest. We've just been picking up the pieces about where we're at. Yeah, look.
So they've got this week to prove themselves.
Some may not. So what I can tell you is there'll be changes.